The Les 5150 podcast begins now. Hey, boys and girls, welcome to episode number 2 of the Les 5150 podcast. I'm so excited you're here. Hell, I'm excited that we're just doing episode 2. We got a lot of good reviews about episode 1, which was basically just an introduction to the podcast and what we're going to be doing here. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Let's get to it. Talk about a lot of stuff on today's show. And the first thing I want to talk about is Stranger Things, the new Netflix series. I just got to watch a few episodes of it so far. And let me tell you guys, I absolutely love it. It is fan-freaking-tastic, man. I love it. It reminds me of 2 movies from the 80s that I love as a kid. One of them being The Goonies, and the other one being this movie called The Gate. I don't remember what year that movie came out. I want to say around 1987, 88, something like that. I remember watching it growing up, me and my brothers, and that movie scared the bejesus out of us as a kid. We're kids, okay? The movie's laughable probably now. I hadn't seen that movie since I was a young kid, so the movie's probably laughable now. But that's what it reminded me of. Reminded me of The Goonies and The Gate. Absolutely loved it. Had that whole 80s vibe to it, from the young kids that are in it to the clothing, the music. The music has that 80s vibe to it, like the whole kind of like The Gate in Goonies music. In the cars, everything's just spot on, and you just feel like you're back in the 80s watching it. So they did a wonderful job on it. I highly recommend it. You guys should just go watch Netflix right now. Well, after you get done listening to the podcast first, then go watch it. As soon as you're done with this podcast, go turn on Netflix and chill and watch Stranger Things. All right, so hey, let's switch topics and move on to video games real quick. August 4th on twitch.tv/Les5150EVH, I played a new game, Batman, the Telltale series. I played the first episode. I bought the season pass for $24.99, so it's 5 episodes. I don't know when they're coming out. I know the first episode's out now. It took me about 2 hours to play it, and I loved every minute of it. Let me take that back. I loved every second of it. I was so trying to make sure I made the right choices. It was insane. That storyline from just one episode, better than the whole Arkham Knight storyline. I like Arkham Knight, don't get me wrong. It was predictable, though. We figured out who Arkham Knight was. Me and a buddy, we were talking about it. One of my mods, actually, his name's Rusty. We figured it out. Seen the ending coming. So, I like the game. I'm not saying Arkham Knight sucks. Don't play it. Arkham Knight is a really good game. Telltale just did a better version of telling a story. They did an outstanding job. I give it a 9. I give it a 9 out of a 10, man. Go play it. It's on Xbox One, PlayStation 4, PC, and I don't know if it's available on last gen or not. Go get it. I think it's like $9.99 episode. I might be wrong. But I know that season pass is definitely $24.99. I would just buy the season pass if I was you guys. Save a little bit of money. Save a whole hell of a lot of money. Excuse my language. Trying to keep this show family friendly so you guys can listen to me in the car, riding around with the kids and whatnot. By the way, for any of you guys listening to me on iTunes, if I talk about a story and I say I'm going to put a link in the description, just go over to the YouTube channel to see those links when you get time. It's Les5150EVH on the YouTube channel. Okay, so let's keep moving right along. Me and the family, Wednesday, we went to the park. We played Pokemon Go. First time we ever took Pokemon Go to the park and played it. Not the first time we ever been to the park. We'd be a pretty crappy family if we did that. But we played Pokemon Go at the park. It was fun. I never thought I'd sit here and say a game about chasing monsters, little monsters, was fun. Absolutely loved every moment of it. We played it for 3 hours. 3 hours we spent, downtown, hanging out in the park, walking around the city, chasing these monsters, getting the Pokestops. I loved every moment of it. My wife loved every minute of it. The kids. Every time we seen something, ooh, 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 look what I got, look what I got. Then it's still continuing. We're at home walking around the neighborhood, and we walked 5 miles Wednesday. Today I walked 6 miles. Me and my 8-year-old chasing Pokemon. Um, we had an awesome time. And you're wondering, there's a but in there, Les. Yes, there's a but. There's a huge but here, and it honestly upset me a little bit. The What happened was I felt like I was capturing the Pokemon way too many times and then breaking free. And I understand that's part of the game. That's fine. Yeah, that's part of it. And I don't have an issue with that. But after 5 or 6 times, it becomes like a little redundant. It's like, okay, um, that's not cool, man. Three times tops, yeah, or let them run away or something. But I know there was one time it must have broke out 6 times or so, and I threw so many Pokeballs and threw them in the same place, and a lot of them didn't even open up and capture the Pokemon, which was upsetting me even more. And I was telling some friends about it, and like, oh, you just probably suck at the game. No, I don't. I'm not going to say I'm the best Pokemon player in the world, but I've got the flicking of the Pokeball down to a science. Never thought I would actually say that last sentence. Let's think about that. I've got the throwing of a Pokeball down to a science. Huh. So in 38 years, I've learned to throw a damn Pokeball. Huh. Okay, anyway, I'm just kidding. Um, let me talk about that. And there's something I got to add about it. So I complained about it, and people were like, "Oh, you're probably just not playing it right." Well, tonight around 9:30, it's 11:44, August 4th, right now. It's a Thursday. By the time you guys hear this, probably Friday morning for some of you. Um, Pokemon Go on Twitter, the authorized Pokemon Go account, released a statement on Twitter. Big news when people release statements on Twitter. It's even bigger when I do it. Kidding, of course. Pokemon Go says trainers, a new bug affecting throw accuracy increases the odds of escape and omits the XP bonus. We are working on a fix. Stay tuned. I had sent this picture to friends, the same friends, and said, I freaking knew it. I knew it. I didn't. I knew something was wrong with the game. I knew something was wrong. So yeah, Pokemon Go, Niantic, whatever. Hey, let's get on the ball, man. Let's fix the game. There's a lot of peeved off players about Pokemon Go. It's insane the amount of people mad at this game. I actually don't. That's the only problem I had with the game. I think the game works great. It's a great exercise app. Probably one of the best exercise apps ever created and disguised as a game. It gets you out of the house. I'd listen. I'd never seen so many people playing a game on their phone. Never. I mean, I've seen people play games and stuff, and go to a restaurant or something, see somebody playing a game. We must have seen about a couple hundred people downtown Greenville, and every single one of them were playing Pokemon Go. And there was one elderly gentleman that walked past us going, they're playing that stupid game. And he was talking to his grandson or his son or whoever. And I was like, wow, really? Okay. Gator. No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I don't try not to start no trouble when I go out in public. I try to mind my P's and Q's. You know what I mean? There's too much other crap going on in the world now. And listen, kind of scared to start trouble, to be honest with you, because nowadays, this day and time, you don't know what the outcome's going to end. And usually it's going to end with somebody getting shot, I promise you. Anyway, so let's move on. Rotten Tomatoes makes the news. Boy, did they make some people mad. What did they do, you ask? They put a bad review about a movie. Huh. Yeah, seriously, I'm not making that up. They published a bad review about Suicide Squad, and there was a lot of people looking forward to this movie. And it caused a lot of backlash. Oh my God. Let me tell you, how bad, you ask? How bad? about to tell you, it was so bad that one particular person started a petition to have Rotten Tomatoes shut down. I'm not kidding you. He started a petition to shut down Rotten Tomatoes. And the petition made a huge movement. It actually got noticed by people, a lot of people. In fact, how many people? 17,000 people signed the petition to have Rotten Tomatoes shut down. That's a lot of angry people. Can you imagine 17,000 people banging at somebody's door? You know, hey, that's craziness, man. But the petition has been shut down now. Why? Well, Mr. Coldwater, the gentleman who started a petition, withdrew his Change.org petition to ban Rotten Tomatoes shut down, saying that he didn't expect it to become such a big deal. He said, in fact, I started this petition to gather DC fans to express our anger just for fun. I didn't mean it to be taken that serious. He said, after thinking about it, found this petition is pointless, and the only thing that it does is spreading a speech of hate and online fighting among the supporters and objectors. Hey, okay, that's cool, man. I'll respect that. You know, it's a free country. Do what you want, you know. Which this article is going to lead right into my next one. And once again, there's more to that article, and you can find them all on the YouTube description. It leads to Clint Eastwood making a statement of pretty much saying this is a wimpy generation now. Now, I'm not going to use his exact words because I'm trying to keep the show family friendly. And you know, Clint's great, man. That guy, he makes some great movies, but he's not afraid to say what's on his mind. That dude is not afraid. You know it. I just love that guy. I would like to clarify, I don't get involved in politics or religion on the podcast, the stream, or the YouTube channel. I'm just going to simply read a little bit off this little article here posted in the YouTube description link. It all started in an interview, and they asked Mr. Eastwood, how do you feel about some of the offensive statements that Mr. Donald Trump has said? His exact words was, well, I'm not going to read his exact words. I'm just going to say, just freaking get over it. Clint goes on to say, he said some dumb stuff talking about Donald Trump. But the problem isn't so much Trump as a country seems too sensitive to handle what he says. Hey, I agree. We are a little too sensitive about some things. But okay, let's just keep going. Stop right there. He says we're in a wimpy generation, Mr. Eastwood said. Everybody's walking on eggshells. We see people accusing people of being racist and all kinds of stuff. When I grew up, those things weren't called racist. On Google.com is where I got this article from. Eastwood is correct. A lot of things that weren't considered racist when he was born in 1930 are seen a bit differently today. Okay. I don't know about all that, but, you know, whatever. I do think we live in a wimpy generation. I see it all the time on Twitch, YouTube. I see it everywhere. On Twitter, somebody will say something and 5 minutes later put up an apology. Or the tweet's deleted 30 seconds later. Because you guarantee you some of your bigger people in showbiz in the music industry, they'll say something like, hey, you know what, F you. And then I can just see their manager or whatever calling them, beep, 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 beep. Hey, man, you got to take that down right now. While I'm on the phone with you, take it down now. We're going to get sued. We're going to be all kinds of loss. I just see that happening. I really do. In fact, I can guarantee you it does happen. But I still love my country. But, yeah, the newer generation is a little bit wimpy. Come on. It is. We got a lot of followers and not a lot of leaders. And what do I mean by that? Let's jump back to the Suicide Squad. Think about this. How much hype was built up around that movie, okay? Think about this. How much hype was built up around that movie. So many people wanting to see that movie, right? So many people. And then Rotten Tomatoes releases their review. A couple other critics release their review. They don't like the movie. And now all of a sudden you have all these fans who absolutely love the movie. They flip over and they hate the movie. Asked one fan on Twitter, have you seen the movie? No. How do you know it sucks? Because so-and-so said it did. Ladies and gentlemen, we need followers, not leaders. Thank you for hanging out with the Les 5150 podcast. Hey, make sure you check us out on YouTube, Les 5150 EVH, Twitter, Les 5150 EVH. You see a pattern developing here? I do. Twitch.tv/Les 5150 EVH, Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays at 9 a.m. Eastern. Not always guaranteed to start at 9 a.m. Sometimes we'll be running a little bit after, sometimes a little bit before. On the podcast, don't forget, I won't be putting up a podcast next week until the end of next week. Probably maybe like Friday or something, next Friday. So you got these two podcasts this week. You'll get one next week. I'll probably have all kinds of stuff to talking about. I'm going to the beach with my wife, me and my beautiful wife, Cat 5150. Me and Hotness, we're going down to the southern Florida there. Not southern Florida. Going to Jacksonville. Going down there to catch Pokemon. That's why we're going. No, seriously, we're going to hang out. She's going to lay out. I'm going to play in the ocean. But I'm going to catch me some Pokemon while I'm down there. And I'm going to tell you guys all about my experience. By the way, I just want to add something to that Pokemon thing from my trip downtown Wednesday. Guy got punched at night. I don't know if it happened Wednesday night or Tuesday night. Got punched so hard, put him in a hospital. They're looking for a guy that punched him, looking for the guy, and they're going to charge him with attempted murder because he punched the guy so hard. For all you guys and girls out there playing Pokemon Go, have fun with it. Be aware of your surroundings, man. Don't play the damn game while you're driving. Come on. Make sure you're at a red light. No, I'm just kidding. Seriously, pay attention to your surroundings because you never know, man. There's so much hate in the world. You never know when somebody's going to just walk up and punch you. And you know what the sad thing is you'd say something like that a few years ago and people would laugh going, yeah, right. Why would somebody do that? And now it's like you say that going, yeah, I know. You really got to watch your back. You guys have a beautiful weekend. Have a beautiful the first part of the week next week. We'll see you soon. I'm Les 5150. You're not. We're out. Bye-bye.